ERC, quality service since 1972, repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday morning, the 11th day of August. James Spann here, and lots to talk about, especially involving weather in the tropics in coming days. So let's get right to it. We'll take a look at some of the Skycam shots around the network early this morning. And boy, was it nice this weekend or what? And pretty nice out there again this morning. Not as cool as recent mornings, though. There's a look at the shot from Birmingham, looking north from the top of the Daniel Building. Up in Walker County, a look at downtown Jasper from the King Building. And from Tuscaloosa, that's the view east from the top of the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse. Well, this morning got a nice vortex over the northeast United States. That's the reason for the very comfortable weather conditions here over the weekend. And check out the temperatures this morning. Boy, look at all that cool air around the Great Lakes and the Northeast with 40s and 50s up there. And even around here, we've got upper 60s over North Alabama, 70s down south. And we are seeing increasing moisture levels, and rain chances will be increasing in coming days. In fact, look at this thing. Are you kidding me? This is suggesting some really big rainfall for the southern two-thirds of the state. Really interesting. You go from Nashville with nothing for 5 days down to Mobile, where this is suggesting rainfall amounts of 5 inches are likely. In fact, it's got a bullseye of 7.5 inches below Jackson down in far south Mississippi. And we'll see how this all works out. This is along a wavy frontal boundary that's draped across the deep south, and it certainly looks like tomorrow could be the day for the most widespread rain across the state with a wave coming across here. And we'll see as we go along. Tropical weather. Things are getting awfully interesting out here, and I think they will stay interesting for the next couple of weeks. We've got 2 distinct waves in the central Atlantic. We've got one around 45 west and another one around 28 west. And both of those seem to be in a position where they could get their act together. In fact, this morning it looks like the trailing wave looks a little better than the leading wave. There's a look at the models on 92L, which is the lead wave, and the models are fairly persistent in bringing that to the west-northwest in the general direction of Hispaniola and the Bahamas. And there is a spread. You can see they kind of run from the southern coast of Hispaniola up to the central Bahamas in coming days. But if I were in Miami or Key West or Daytona or places like that, I would certainly be very interested in this. And ultimately, the Gulf of Mexico, if it makes it across Florida, and the strength and all of that, we'll just have to see. It depends on the interaction with the islands. Hispaniola can really disrupt the tropical system if one goes directly over that big island, but this one could pass north of there. And we note that there's just not much shearing in the path of that thing in coming days. And it would seem to have a pretty clear shot at getting stronger, both of them. So we could have Faye and maybe Gustav on our hands in coming days. Let's take a look at modeling here. This is the GFS, valid at 1 o'clock today, the OZ run. And you can see that really nice trough over the northeast U.S. And we've got a broad northwesterly flow aloft down here. And at the surface, the model keeps the bulk of the rain south of here today. I think we'll probably mention a chance of widely scattered showers for Interstate 20, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, places like that. But this would suggest the better rain today would be down to the south. And you can see the really good rain over Louisiana. And we'll go to tomorrow, and that wave passes through here, and that would suggest a fairly good rain event for about the southern two-thirds of the state, mainly south of US 278 or south of Coleman. Huntsville North looks relatively dry. But tomorrow we'll hit the rain pretty hard. Periods of rain, maybe a thunderstorm, severe weather. I don't think will be a problem because of the lack of instability with the clouds around. And then Wednesday, you can clearly see the surface wave on the coast of the Carolinas, and that should nudge a little drier air back down in here. So for Wednesday, it looks like for the northern part of the state, the weather relatively dry. So the next 3 days, the most widespread rain for us should be tomorrow. And then Thursday, the moisture begins to come back again. although still it looks like the better moisture should be down south. And then Friday we'll go back to the upper levels, and that certainly doesn't look like August, does it? The heights are relatively low for the middle of summer, and got a short wave coming down the backside of that trough at the surface. Pretty moist air mass in place, so scattered, maybe numerous showers and storms. And then Saturday again, we've got this nice-looking system coming at us that looks relatively wet. In fact, the weekend could be fairly wet. There's a look at Sunday. Got a surface boundary coming in here. And then Monday of next week, a nice trough continues right over us, and down below that, the weather still looks pretty unsettled. And I think unsettled is the key word for the next 7 days, with a couple of days in there looking pretty wet, especially tomorrow, and maybe they'd again over the upcoming weekend. And we note on Monday that system there in the southeastern Gulf, that's the GFS trying to, I think, tell us that is 92L. And kind of wants to move it through the Florida Straits up into the Gulf. Here's the European, by the way. Now, this is valid Sunday, early Sunday morning, and it's got the thing just north of the northern coast of Cuba. So really both the European and the GFS on the OZ runs are kind of hinting at the potential for a tropical system, maybe kind of cutting through the Florida Straits or coming down around the Keys and maybe getting up in the Gulf of Mexico next week. And that will make things very interesting. And, of course, this is early speculation, and we don't want to go too deep into that, but we'll certainly be looking at it this week. And at the end of the cycle on the 26th of August, that looks a little more like summer with the westerlies up to the north, and down below that, a good pool of moisture here, and another tropical system showing up in the Atlantic, this one moving north parallel to the eastern coast of the United States. So sure looks like the tropics are ready to open up with a lot of action here in coming weeks. So I don't think we'll have too many dull moments around here. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video by 3:30 or so today. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.